Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Namayom Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Swarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshu Shunavadi Pashtharine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhaya Vajapatidanam Pavane Krishna Bhebhyo Namo Namaha. Hari Bol. Welcome to Bhakti Vaibhava course again. Today we are studying first canto chapter 2, text 30 onwards. Answer to question 4. Sutta Goswami asked the question that please described Purusha avatars. So Krishna, Sutta Goswami, Nimisharana sages asked this question to Sutta Goswami to describe Purusha avatars, and he's describing that Karanadokshay Vishnu, Garvadakshay Vishnu, Kshiridakshay Vishnu, and all. Answer to question 3 is happening here. So first of all, I thought of we'll go through the verses and purport, but I'll give you a brief about actually what is happening here. So just a second. So Purusha avatars. Vishnu Tattva. So point is, even though it's not exactly like that, it's said like that to give us an understanding that Ekpada Vibhuti and Tripada Vibhuti. Ekapada Vibhuti and Tripada Vibhuti. Vibhuti and Tripada Vibhuti. So, what does it mean? If we consider okay, if we consider like this, that this whole creation, material and spiritual world is like this. Let's think like the Ekpada and Tripada. So 1/4, this 1/4 is material world. And the other 3/4 spiritual world. So this is just 1/4 material world. That's why it's called Ekpada. Ekpada. Ek 1/4. And Tripada 3/4. So in spiritual world, there are Ananta Kuti Vaikunthas. There are Vaikuntha Loka, Mathura, Dwarka, Jagannath Puri, and all. And then Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan. There are different incarnations of Supreme Lord, different forms of Lord. All of them are there. In different Vishnu Tattva Lord is there. But the topmost thing in spiritual world, like topmost form, the Mul, we understand, is Krishna. Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, we study in chapter 3, 1 point, chapter 3. We'll study that, how Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, SPG, Supreme Personality of Godhead, okay? From Krishna comes Balaram. First expansion. Balaram. Okay. Or is called second Dvitiya Deha. Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. I mean, Chaitanya Charitamrita Kaviraj Goswami says Dvitiya Deha, or second form of Lord. It's called Balaram. From Krishna comes Balaram. So now, this is spiritual world. Okay. We understand this spiritual world. So now this Balaram, we come to next page. This Balaram, so now there are living beings in spiritual world and all. So some living beings, they want to Krishna Buli Jai Jeeb, Anadi Bahir Mukh, they want to, or Krishna Buli Jai Jeeb Bhagavan Shakare, they want to enjoy themselves. So for that, Krishna had to create this material world to facilitate the desire of living being to enjoy, lord over the material nature. So they create this material world. It's like a prison house. So now this Balaram expands himself into Karana Dakshay Vishnu. Karana Dakshay Vishnu. Okay, Karana Dakshay Vishnu. So this Karana Dakshay Vishnu, he enters in the material world. So let's same thing we are bringing it here again. This material world, spiritual world. Okay, let's say this is material world, the spiritual world. So this Karana Dakshay Vishnu, he comes and he enters here in material world, and he lies on the Karana Samundar, that ocean. So this is called causal ocean. This in material world, everything is like a causal ocean. So Karana Dakshay Vishnu, he lies here on this, and he is inhaling, exhaling, and from his exhale, all this material universes are coming from his exhale, and different things. Brahmandas. Okay. And when he inhales, he takes back all these things inside him. So this is called creation. Just Mahavishnu, Karana Dakshay Vishnu or Mahavishnu, is Mahavishnu. His inhale, exhale, within that period, short fraction of time, all the material universes are created and destroyed. So that's called creation, Leela. We are just tiny, how insignificant in front of me. Just his inhale, exhale. That's our lifetime. That's our long lasting. Not even our, but entire Brahmanda. So now there are lots of Brahmandas are there. All are Brahmandas. Okay, Brahmandas. Now what happened? Karana Vishnu expand himself into Garbhodakshay Vishnu. He expands himself into Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and then he enters each and every Brahmanda. He enters each and every Brahmanda. Each and every Brahmanda he enters. So how many Karana Vishnu form is there? Only one. Okay. Entire causal ocean. And how many Garbhodakshay Vishnu form is there? As many as Brahmandas, as many as universes, globes, as many as form of Garbhodakshay Vishnu. In each Brahmanda will enter. So let's say, and it says that sometimes somehow it says that our Brahmanda is the closest Brahmanda. Our Brahmanda is the smallest in size, and it's the closest to Karana Vishnu, something like that. I don't know. I don't remember the exact reference, but somehow I read that is the smallest and closest. But whatever, it's not that significant. But point is, yeah, it's there. So let's see our Garbhodakshay Vishnu entered in this our small Brahmanda. So let's zoom in. We are zooming in this thing here. This is our Brahmanda. Inside entire material world, this is our Brahmanda. So this Garbhodakshay Vishnu enters here in our Brahmanda, and then he finds it empty and dark. So what he does, he, from his sweat, from his perspiration, Sweda, this is transcendental perspiration. When we sweat, it's sticky, stinky, and it's like smelly. But Supreme Lord's perspiration is transcendental. That is the source of all the fragrance of this world. And we can say. So then he emanates perspiration from his transcendental body, and with that he fills half of the Brahmanda. Water ocean. Now this is called Garbhodaka Samundra ocean. Garbhodak Samudra. That's called Garbhodak Samudra. It's created from the perspiration of Garbhodakshay Vishnu. So then what happened? There is Anantashesh. Anantashesh. And Lord Vishnu, he lies there. Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he lies there. In Anantashesh, and there is Lakshmi Devi, who is serving her lotus feet. Lakshmi and Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And then from his navel comes one lotus. Lotus flower is created here from his navel. It sprouts up. And then on that navel, on that lotus, is created four-headed Brahma. Don't take offense of my drawing. I am drawing Brahma and Vishnu in that way, but just to understand that. So Brahma comes here. Oh. Oh, Brahmaji. So now the Brahma, he sits there and he said, who created me? Who is my source? Then he thinks that, oh, there is this lotus. Maybe I will find, if I go inside this lotus, then I will find my source, who created me. So what he does, Brahma, he kind of, he enters in that stem of the lotus, and he goes deep down. The more he goes down, it goes, enters, but he cannot find the end of it. For long time he goes inside, but he cannot find, he was not able to find the end of it. So then he gave up. Then no, I cannot do again. He again come back there. Then he gives up hope that no, I cannot find the source of it on my own. This lotus stem is endless, bottomless, endless. So then he hears the word tapaha. Tapa. He hears the words. So then he does tapasya, Brahma performs authority, and then the Supreme Lord comes in front of him, blesses him, and empowers him to create. So all these things are called primary creation, Swarga. All these Brahmanda and are called Swarga. Everything, even lotus, everything, Lord creates Sarga. Then Brahma does Visarga. From Brahma comes Visarga. Secondary creation of Brahma called Visarga. Okay. So now Brahma, what he does, he divides the lotus stem into 14 parts. And that is called Chaudha Bhuvana, 14 planetary system. He divides it into 14 parts. Atal, Vital, Talatal, Sutal, Rasadal divides it. 14, that's called Brahma, 14 planetary systems. And within 14 planetary systems, he creates different species, go there, different things happens. And then from Garbhodakshay Vishnu now comes Kshirodakshay Vishnu. And then he enters in each and every living being as super soul. So that's called Vishnu Tattva creation, Purusha Avataras. So now you see, Kshirodakshay Vishnu is called what? Is called super soul of living being, of Jiva, or individual living being. Jivantargata Vyashti, they call it Vyashti, means individual. Vyashti means individual. So he is the Antaryami of Vyashti Jiva. Of each and every individual Jiva, he is the Antaryami. But for now, Kshirodakshay Vishnu is the Antaryami super soul for all the living beings, and Garbhodakshay Vishnu is called super soul for each and every Brahmanda. He is called the super soul. Garudakshaya Vishnu is super soul of Brahmanda or universe. Brahmanda universe. So he is a super soul Antaryami for each and every universes. One form of this. And Karandakshay Vishnu is called a super soul of creation, or he is called a super soul of Samashti Jiva, aggregate living beings. He is the super soul of also all three Vishnus. All three Vishnus, Kshirodakshay, Karandakshay, and Garudakshaya, all three Vishnus are called super souls. Kshirodakshay Vishnu is super soul of individual Jiva, and then Garudakshaya Vishnu is of entire Brahman, Kshirodakshay Vishnu of the entire creation. So all three Vishnus are called super souls. And now, when you call Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, there are three Dev, three gods who are creating, maintaining annihilation. Brahma is creation. Shiva is annihilation. Now, Vishnu is maintenance. So now this is this Vishnu, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. He is the one who does maintenance. The Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is the one. When Brahma goes to Shir Samudra, that's we see in 10th canto also. Brahma went to Shir Samudra and prayed to Vishnu that, my dear Lord, Mother Earth is Prithvi, Earth is burdened by all these things. So then Kshirodakshaya Vishnu sent a voice message to on the heart of Brahma that he didn't come. Even Kshirodakshaya Vishnu didn't come in front of Brahma. Brahma and demigods couldn't take darshan of Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. They didn't approach him. They couldn't go to Shetadvipa or Vaikuntha. They were just standing on the shore of the ocean, Kshirodakshaya Samudra. They were standing on that beach and they were praying. So that's the thing. So Kshirodakshaya Vishnu sent this voice message, okay, I'll appear in Jadu dynasty as Krishna, so all of you go and you also take birth there. So all the incarnations in this world actually come from Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Like Vishnu Tattva, and you say Matsva, Kurma, Varaha, all of them come from him. Matsva, Kurma, Varaha, Narsimha, Vaman, everything comes from him. So Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is the source of all the Lila avatars. So there are 6 avatars, Purusha avatars, Purushavatara, then there is Gunavatara. Sorry. So these 3 are called Purushavatara. Karandakshay, Vishnu, Garudakshaya, and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu are called Purushavatas. Gunavataras, this Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, Gunavataras. The Lilavataras, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narsimha, all are Lilavataras. Then Manvantara Avataras. Okay. Then what? Manvantara Avataras, Purushavatara, Gunavatara, Lilavatara, Manvantara Avatara, Shaktiavesh Avatara. Shaktavesh, like Prithu Maharaj and all Shaktavesh Avatara. And whom did he miss? Purushavatara, Gunavatara, Lilavatara, Manvantara Avatara, Shaktavesh Avatara, and Yugavataras, yeah, correct. Yugavatara. The Yugavatara. Okay. 6 types of incarnations. So all other incarnations come from Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. But Gunavataras come from Garudakshaya. This Gunavatara come from Garudakshaya Vishnu. Yeah, it comes from Garudakshaya Vishnu. So this is in short Vishnu Tattva. That's what we are we see in this section. That's what we find in this section of Bhagavatam, 1.2.30 to 33, and then 1.3 also. Kshirodakshay Vishnu, Garudakshay Vishnu, Karnadakshay Vishnu, all of them, they are mentioned here. Yeah, text 30. Oh, just a second. Yes. Sa evedam sasarjagre Bhagavanatma Mayaya Sadasadrupaya Chaso Gunamaya Guno Vibhu. So that's what he is discussing here, Sutta Goswami. In the beginning of the material creation, the Absolute Lord in his transcendental position created the energies of cause and effect by his own internal energy. So he created cause and effect, the Supreme Lord, Karnadakshay Vishnu, and then Garbhadakshay Vishnu and Kshirodakshay Vishnu next text. Yeah, so in the purport Prabhupada say that this is the main theme here, that his form, everything was there also before creation. His existence, form, activities, paraphernalia, all existed before material creation. Sripad Shankaracharya, the head of Mayabha school, accepts this transcendental position of Lord Krishna in his commentation on Bhagavad Gita. Even he also accepts it, Supreme Lord. And text 31. Taya vilasitashveshu guneshu gunavaniva antah pravishta abhati vijnanena bijrimbitah. After creating the material universe, substance, the Lord expands himself and enters into it. And although he is within the material modes of nature and appears to be one of the created beings, he is always fully enlightened. And in his transcendental position, he is always enlightened. So, Garudakshay Vishnu, he, in purport, Prabhupada brings that analogy from Shruti, 2 birds in 1 tree in Shruti. It is said that there are 2 birds in 1 tree. One of them is eating fruit, another is just witnessing. Shruti. Wow, Suparna Sayujya Sakhayo. Actually, similar verse in 11th canto of Bhagavatam also. Suparna Veto Sadrisho Sakhayo. Ekastayo Khadati Pipalanna Manye Nirane Chavalena Bhuyan. The two birds are there in the same tree. One is eating pipala fruit, another is just witnessing. Hmm. Means living beings, Jivatma and Paramatma, both sits in one body. Jivatma is eating the fruit, means it's enjoying the karma. Paramatma is just witnessing. Shakshi, Upadrashta Anumanta. यथा ह्यावहितो निर्दारुष्वेकमः स्वयोनिषु नानेव भाति विश्वात्मा भूतेषु च तथा पुमान्. Lord, as super soul, pervades all things just as fire permeates wood, and so he appears to be of many varieties, though he is the absolute one without a second. Absolute one without a second. So in this purport, Prabhupada talks about importance of exerting spiritual master, just like the wood is there. Similarly, spiritual master is required. Analogy is given here. Hearing from legitimate, hearing from spiritual master. His divine grace, the spiritual master can kindle the spiritual fire from the wood-like living entity by imparting proper spiritual message injected through the receptive ear. That can happen. So now, in the next text, he is describing that how Supreme Lord is the cause of everything. That's 32, 33. Yeah, how Bhagavan is the cause of everything. असो गुणमयेर भावेर भूत सूक्ष्मेन्द्रियात्मभि स्वनिर्मितेषु निर्भीर्वश निबीर्वष्ट भुङ्क्ते भूतेषु तद्गुणान् निर्विष्टो. Okay, the font mistake in our Bengali. The super soul enters into the bodies of the created beings who are influenced by the modes of material nature and causes them to enjoy the effects of those with subtle mind. The super soul enters into the bodies of created beings. He enters like that. So how he enters and creates everything. Lord's sanction is required for everything. That's what in Purport Prabhupada discussed being sanctioned by the Lord. Without his sanction, we cannot do anything, cannot even enjoy. But the Lord is so merciful, Krishna is so merciful that he's always with us. That's the mercy of Krishna. Is so kind that he constantly remains with the living beings as Paramatma. Yeah. Now, 34, last verse of this chapter. Now, this answers the third question. Devakyam Vasudevasya Jata Yassa Chikirshaya. Third question is in this one, 1.1.2. Why did the purpose of Krishna's incarnation, appearance? Why did he come? भावयत्येष सत्वेन लोकान् वैलोक भावनः लीलावतारानुरतो देवतिर्यं नरादिषु. Thus the Lord of the universes maintains all planets inhabited by demigods, men and lower animals, and in his play he assumes the roles of incarnations to reclaim those in the mode of pure goodness. So that's the main purpose, to reclaim us, the jivas, in the mode of pure goodness. That's the purpose of his incarnation. So Krishna's purpose is described here in the purport also. The Lord comes, he manifests himself here. He does not change original transcendental position, but he appears to be differently manifested according to the particular time, circumstance, and society. Sometimes he incarnates, or sometimes he empowers some living being to act for him. Like Prithu Maharajan, that's called Shaktavesh Avatar. Their work is also going on in all types of societies. Different devotees, representatives, acharyas come and they preach to other human beings. So that's all about this chapter, divinity and divine service. In next chapter also, in the beginning, few 1 to 5 talks about Purushavatas, what we discussed today. Actually, basically we discussed for next chapter also these things from purport in that annotation. But still we will study that in next class. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.